A card is selected and then lost back in the deck. A number is named, and then the spectator's selection arrives exactly at that number. That's what we're gonna learn today. Yeah guys, so basically we're gonna be learning how to make people's playing cards arrive at a number that they call out. Usually it's somewhere between 1 and 10. If not, it's somewhere between 10 and 20, that's about it. If you're a more experienced magician, you can definitely take these ideas and explode them into bigger effects. But if not, take them as they are, because these are amazing card tricks. So grab your favorite deck of playing cards and let's get it started. Welcome to 7 card at any number card tricks, which is one of the worst titles ever, but hey, that's it. Hey guys, my name is Biz, I'm with Big Blind Media here, and every week on Friday we release a tutorial with 7 tricks, 7 sleights, 7 ideas that you guys can pick up for free and learn on the spot. If you like what we're doing, and maybe you're just new over here so you have no idea what we're doing, but if you have been a supporter of us and you've been following us for a while now, don't forget to subscribe and to drop us a comment. We love comments and I love comments, I reply to all of them. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you're new here, I hope you enjoy all the other videos in this series as well. Grab your deck of cards and let's learn these card tricks. Somebody selects a card from the deck, let's say for example the 8 of hearts, which stays in the center, and then we shuffle the card and we ask the spectator to just name out loud a number between 1 and 10. Let's say for example they name 5. So we deal down 5 cards, and the 5th was the king. Oh wait, actually you have to do this, not me. So you give the spectator the deck, they count down 5 cards, and the 5th card will be their selection, any card, whichever that is. If you don't already know this card trick, then you're in for a treat. It's one of those tricks that once you learn, you're definitely gonna do it at least once every day. Okay, maybe not once every day, but it's one of those tricks that you'll do anytime, you know, because it's so amazing. Somebody selects a card, let's say for example the 9 of clubs, which we leave in the center, and I just called it to the top. You can control it in any way that you want. As long as it's on top of the deck, you're completely ready to go. Somebody names a number, let's say for example it's 7, ask them to name a small number so you don't count like so many cards, but they can name any number. They could name 17, right? So you count 7 cards, and what happens is by counting 7 cards, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, you're placing their selection 7th from the top. Now you're going to show this card, which is not their card, and you're going to go, oh wait, no, wait. I'm not supposed to be doing this trick. You're supposed to be doing this trick because it's your card. It's, you know, you give off all of those excuses. Basically, it's very important because you're distancing yourself from the moment of counting 7 cards up to the moment when they count 7 cards. So they forget that it was actually the first card which moved the 7th in the deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Just like that. I have done this so many times. It never fails. It never fails. Because you're a magician and you have a story together with your card tricks, then when you tell them that the magic happens in their hands and not in your hands, they wholeheartedly believe it, and when they do it themselves, it will blow their minds. And this is something that you can do over Zoom as well. Somebody shuffles a deck of cards, right? They show to everybody, and by showing to everybody to the camera that all the cards are shuffled, you know, let's say for example you go like this, show up to the last card, you're peeking at the top card, and then you can have somebody name a number and so on and so forth, and you adapt from there. If you want, you can perform it over the phone, and you tell the spectators to shuffle the cards and just name a few cards from the top, like starting from the top, just name cards one by one, slowly, and you let them name like 9, 10, you say, okay, I got it. I memorized the whole deck. Believe me, I memorized the whole deck. You know, you can adapt from there, and they name a number, they deal down. It's not the card that you named, you know, but then when they deal again, it happens. So you can adapt it to any situation. The Holy Grail is now in your hands. Use it wisely. Somebody looks at a playing card, let's say for example this one, and then we're going to have somebody else name a number between 1 and 10. Let's say for example they name 5. So we're going to take the cards 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and by counting 5 cards, you'll arrive exactly at their playing card. If you are familiar with a pinky break from the bottom of the deck and a thumb break over here, then you're definitely going to be able to do this trick. Now, The way that I do this trick is by having somebody select a card from the center. Let's say, for example, it's the Joker. I get a pinky break above the card, and then I'm going to use my thumb to just get a thumb break over that card and then start dealing cards from the top of the deck. Now, again, you don't have to do it like this. There's many ways in which you can do it. Like, for example, like I said, you control the card to the bottom. Let's say, for example, the 5 of hearts, and then somebody names a number and you take those cards from the top into the other hand, and then you show them that it is their selection at that number. So adapt it in the way that you want, but now let me explain to you what I did. So somebody selects a card from the deck. Now, usually I make them take a look like this, but for us, let's go like here, 8 of diamonds, right? I take a pinky break above. I do one of these Ben Earl motivations that the deck is completely square. So I have a pinky break above the card. Then I take my thumb and I just have a thumb break by just riffling one card upwards, by just doing this, and I take that one card. And then I go like this, and I either tell the spectator to call out stop, and when they say stop, I just take the next card, then I drop the card that I was holding and leave it over there, I just leave it over there like that while I take the next card. Or I ask them to name a number. Let's say, for example, they name 4, 1, 2, 3, and on the 4th one, I drop the card, but I keep a pinky break right beneath it while I take the next card, so I can instantly go into a double lift. It looks much more natural if we have that pinky break underneath, because we can instantly go into it. Now, let's say, for example, we have a card like the 8 of clubs, right? We leave it in the center. We control it to the bottom of the deck. This was the blind square that I performed right here. And we have it on the bottom of the deck. We get a pinky break right above it, and we ask somebody to either call out stop or tell us a number. Let's say they tell us a number. It's much easier. Let's say 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. On the 6th card, I put my pinky over here. I drop that card from the bottom right above the pinky, and I pull one more card. So now I can instantly do this and drop all the cards on top. And because I have a double, I can go into another effect where I put the card in the center, or I can even go into the effect that I just taught you right now. We shuffle the card is on top, and we ask them, watch, it's gonna happen again, but this time we're gonna do it a bit more different. Give me another number. And then we tell them, right, we prepare the cards, we deal 3 cards, and then we say it's not here, wait, it's gonna happen in your hands. They deal the cards and it happens in their hands. So it's a nice leeway into the one that we learned before. So you can perform this one, then you perform the other one, and then you just blow their minds. Boom, just like that. Let's get a card from the center of the deck, like for example this one, the Ace of Clubs, and we're going to leave it back there in the deck, give the deck a couple of shuffles. Now the idea is that somebody else names a number between 1 and 10. Let's say, for example, they name 5. And we're going to deal 5 cards down on the table like this, 4, and the 5th card is going to be their selection. You are in for a treat, because now not only are you going to learn a new card trick, but you're also going to learn a second deal. Now the way that I do this second deal, because the whole trick revolves around the second deal, is I push 2 cards with my left thumb, just like that, just push 2 cards. I'm going to come in a middle grip with my hand over this card as I leave them like this. I'm going to grip the 2 cards and I'm going to retain the top card towards the left. So I push 2, I retain the top card. Now, if you can perform a push double lift, when you're pushing 2 cards as one single one, that's exactly what you need to do in this situation as well. You are pushing 2 cards as one, I push 3 over there. But even if they're slightly ajar like this, it doesn't matter, because once you do it at motion, it's not going to be visible, So you're basically pushing 2 cards, you're gripping both, but then you're retaining the top one at the same time. And make sure that when you grab the card and you take it away, don't leave this card over here, but pull it back. So you control the spectator's card to the top. Let's say, for example, the 6 of diamonds, and they name a number between 1 and 10. Let's say, for example, they name 6. Oh, okay, I didn't do it on purpose. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So they name 6, 5, and then the 6th card will be their card. I know. It's compared to the other ones that we just learned, this one is definitely one that will require a lot of practice to get down. But hey, I really wanted to throw in one for the sleight monkeys over here that want to put in some practice, learn a new way of dealing a card on the bottom, on the pad like this. I really like this second deal. It's the only one that I've ever practiced. I'll be honest with you. Sorry about that. And this is why you're seeing it over here. As you can see, I have not completely mastered it. As you cannot completely master a move at my age, I still need like 10 years more, but this is beautiful. Actually, I'll take that back because I have seen people at my age do second deals like no tomorrow. You know, for example, Jack tie, man, that is insane. Shout out to Jack tie. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. Have fun with it, practice, and if you don't enjoy it, no matter, skip to the next one, and I hope you enjoyed that one. As we slowly spread through the playing cards, we're going to ask our spectator to just reach in and grab one for themselves. So let's say, for example, they take this one, the ace of diamonds. Very easy to remember. We're going to take the ace, we're going to place it somewhere in the deck, just like that. And we're going to ask somebody else to name a number between 10 and 20. So let's say, for example, they name 60, right? We're going to ask them to just deal down cards one by one like this, but deal them face up so that we can see them. So they deal 16 playing cards, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and the 16th card will be their selection, in this case, the ace of diamonds. Here's an effect inspired by a John Kerry idea. Shout out to John Kerry for being such a legend. If you don't know any of his magic, definitely check it out on bigblindmedia.com. So you're going to spread through the cards, and you're basically going to count 19 playing cards. The way that you can easily do this is by spreading 5 cards like this, and then you tell the spectator at any point, see that was 5 again, sorry about that. So at any point during the deck, while I'm spreading like this, please just touch one single card. So I have 15 over here, and once I get to 18, I'm just gonna stop at that point, have like this block of cards, and then continue spreading while holding a visible break over here. So let's say the spectator chooses the 8 of diamonds. I'm gonna take this block and I'm gonna hold a pinky break right underneath it. Now I'm going to place the card face up so you can see it at all times. We place it in the break, so now it's the 19th card, and we leave it just like that. At this point, I can cut half of the cards in my hand over here, and then I can cut these, shuffling them, because it doesn't really matter. You can even shuffle this packet completely. As long as at the end you're cutting the other part back to the top and maintaining those 19 cards, you can do whatever you want. So again, you can cut half of the deck in your hand, in your left hand. This will stay as is, and you can shuffle this one by keeping a break over here. So I'm swing cutting the deck, but I'm always keeping a break at that point. And when I'm doing an overhand shuffle, I'm gripping all of that packet, and I'm shuffling only that packet on top of my pinky break. So then I can cut that and get those 19 cards back on top of the deck. So at this point, you're going to ask the spectator for a number between 10 and 20 so that it's a little bit more difficult, you know. When you say make it a little bit more difficult, you're basically asking them to give you a higher number. But I've had people say 13, you know, it doesn't matter. So whatever number they say, you're going to have to deal cards from the top of the deck down on the table so that you can get their selection to that number. So let's say they say 15, right? You're going to have to deal face down 4 cards. So you're going to ask the spectator, do you know how to deal cards like this down on the table? So if they say 19, I deal 4, and that's it. If they say 13, I will deal 6, right? 13 plus 6, that's 19. So I go, do you know how to deal cards like this down on the table? Okay, perfect. Can you please deal for me 16 playing cards? You see what I did? I just timed the question to the number of cards that I was dealing down. So now when they deal 16, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 2, 13. Now when they deal 13, because they named 13, they're going to arrive directly at their playing card. A beautiful, beautiful effect that you can play around with. And I think, honestly, it will just blow people's minds away because they name a number and their selection is exactly at that number, between 10 and 20, right? But if you want, you can do this with any number, right? If you're feeling really, really ambitious and you know how to estimate packets, then you can have the card somewhere in the middle of the deck. And you can have people you know, you can start from here. Maybe I'm just giving out random ideas, but, you know, for people that are more experienced, if you want, you can have the card somewhere 26th, and if they name 33, you turn the deck and you go, perfect, do you know how to deal cards down on the table like this? Okay, perfect, can you please deal for me 33 playing cards? You know, so by having the card in the center of the deck, you can deal cards from the bottom or from the top. And depending on the number they have, you can go like this, you know. Can you for me like go through the cards and count them and then just deal them right here? You know, so you can definitely adapt it to the situation if you want to have like a more impressive trick. But I honestly think this effect as is already mind-blowing. So I hope you guys enjoy it. Let's move on. Let's get a card from the center, like for example, the 4 of hearts, which we'll leave over there. Then somebody else names a number. So let's not count a lot of cards. Let's say, for example, they name 5. So we're just going to drop 5 cards, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 cards. And the 5th card is going to be their selection. For the following effect, you're going to need your audience to be either in front of you or on the right side, because anything on the left side, people are going to be able to see that you have side palmed a card in this position, lateral palm, sorry about that, side palmed, you know, and this is exactly what we're going to be doing. We're going to lateral palm a card from the bottom of the deck, just like this, in this ring finger palm over here, and right in between our pinky and ring finger, we're going to be holding the card. And meanwhile, we're going to be dealing cards down on the table over here. And then when we get to our number, we're just going to bring this card up and drop it down as if it was a card coming from the top of the deck. So we control the card to the bottom, the 5 of hearts. We're going to use our index finger to push the card towards the right side, just like this. And then in this position, we're going to clip the card between our pinky and ring finger, and just going to use our ring finger to contact the outer left corner of the card. And by sitting in this position, it's going to look natural anyway. And because we're gripping the card like this from the top, there is no suspicion regarding the playing card just sitting over there. Now, obviously, you got to be careful with your hands, so how you hold your fingers, because you want your fingers to be close so that you're not flashing the playing card. So you're going to do this, and then as you're coming up with the playing card, you're going to grab it over here, and then you're going to grip it as if you gripped a playing card that you gripped before, just like that, but instead you're bringing it from the hand. So instead of doing this, you're doing this, you know? Yes, this is one for people that like sleight of hand and want to do sleight of hand. If you're not a fan of sleight of hand, definitely use any of the other tricks that I've taught you on this video. And if you do like sleight of hand, then I hope you guys are going to enjoy this version of card at any number, because it is definitely one that requires some practice and some courage to pull off in front of people. Let's get a card selected from the deck, like for example the Queen of Diamonds, which we're going to leave somewhere in the center like that. And then somebody names a number between, let's say, 5 and 15. Let's say they name 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And the 9th card is going to be their selection, the Queen of Diamonds. Let's get a card from the deck, like for example the 4 of Spades, which we're going to leave somewhere in the deck like this. Now the idea is that somebody else names a number between, let's say, 5 and 15. We give them the deck, they count those cards over here, and when you get to their number, let's say it's 9, you put your hand on the packet, you go 9, right? What was the card that you named? They named the card out loud, and then when you turn it, it's exactly the card that they had. Here's another one that is based on palming a playing card, but this time you're going to be palming a card in your right hand in this classic palm. And it's basically the same position as before. We're going to be dealing cards from the top of the deck. Spectator says stop, we're going to drop. And then as we're coming down with the hand, our middle finger is going to curl like this, and we're going to push just the top card like that. So basically what's happening is we're going to release the card from the hand, it's going to drop down on the table, but at the same time we're going to use our middle finger to make it look as if we are pushing just the top card of the deck to the right side. Now the way that you can palm a card, there is a video that we've done, 7 ways of palming a playing card right here, and you can learn it from over there. You can do it like a one-handed top palm, or you can do a Di Vernon top palm, just like this. Whatever it is, you have the card palmed in your right hand, you're dealing cards, and then you're stopping, but don't stop and then push the card. What I like to do is, I deal, let's say for example, their card is the next one, I go down, and then I just push the card towards the right side. Now, I highly suggest keeping the cards in one single pile over here, because if they're in a pile, it won't look suspicious when you're just taking the card towards the right side. But let's say, for example, you're dealing and they're going all over the place. If you're going to come down and just take a card from over here, it's going to be way too obvious that you didn't take the card that was from the top, just sitting over there. So make sure that they're all in a pretty pile like this, you know, and then you can come down and just take the card and press it towards the right side. Again, one for the sleight monkeys. I wouldn't even say this because this is a move that I've seen even older magicians use because it's just so nice. You can have, you can palm the card, you can have somebody else deal the playing cards like this. You're sitting there, and then as they deal the playing cards, you say stop right over there, okay? And you're placing your full hand over the entire packet. Say, what was the card that you named? Name it out loud. Turn the top card over, right? So just like that, by having the card in your hand, you have somebody else deal the playing cards, and then you tell them to stop. You place the hand down on the table, just like that, and then you show them that their card is the one that they stopped at, or the one that they dealt to. So there you go, guys. Two different ways of using this palm card. Either somebody else deals it, or you deal it and you push it. Either versions work, you know, depending on how comfortable you are with using a classic palm. But I think in both versions, depending on the pattern that you use and the story that comes together with the trick, you're going to have a very different effect, but both or any effect that you perform is going to be amazing. Just make sure that you practice it and have fun. So yeah, that was it. 7 card tricks where you can make the spectator selection arrive at a certain number. I love these effects because you can just mingle them with anything, like a sandwich trick, with an ambitious card trick, with an out of this world, probably not with an out of this world because that is such a powerful effect. Probably we should do seven out of this worlds. No. No. But I really love this series and putting together this series. So if you've enjoyed what you've learned today here, don't forget to subscribe, like, and drop me a comment. And yeah, that's it, guys. My name is Biz. You can find me on social media on Instagram at BigBlindMedia, or you can drop me an email, biz@bigblindmedia.com. I hope you guys have an amazing day, and I'll see you guys next week.